Good afternoon everyone, welcome to my first scrapbook layout video session. I'm hoping it's going to go well, fingers crossed. I've done a certain amount of preparation for this which I wouldn't normally do. I usually just grab and work as I go. However, I have picked out some papers that I think go quite well with this photograph of my mother-in-law many moons ago that I think is going to coordinate quite well. The papers don't have the blue in it of the background, but it does have the leopard print pattern on it, which she's wearing here, and I will introduce some blue in the embellishments, as you'll see as I go along. The paper here that I have chosen is a lovely collection from Prima, and it's called Lavender Frost Collection. It's part of a kit that I bought from Crafts for Eternity a while ago now, probably a couple of years ago, but it's a beautiful collection. As you'll see, there's lots of different pretty gold highlights on a lot of the papers. So this is what I've used for my background because of the leopard print connection. You'll see on the example of the Scrap Squad layout that I'm using today, which is a Facebook group where they give you inspiration by loading some lovely scrapbook layouts, and then it's up to you to interpret what they look like. So I'm going to put lots of tags down the side here, which I've already pre-cut because I don't think that's very exciting for you to watch that. But I have got some tags here. A couple of them I've put baker's twine on already, and I will just slot those underneath. One thing I am missing is my pin flare glue and syringe, which I use all the time, and it seems to be missing, so never mind, I shall plough on without it. In the meantime, I've got repositionable tape behind here that I use, a tape runner. I use this easy runner, it's filthy, so take no notice, but it's very well used and loved. Then I'm going to put a selection of these tags down the side, just straighten that up a little bit, and I won't put that one in there now. Make them slightly different lengths as well, just adds a little bit of interest. They don't have to be dead straight either, it can just be however you like to do it. I'm just going to quickly whiz these in, and if they're not straight, well, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, and if they are straight, happy days. I'm going to tuck that one in a little bit further. As you see, I've got a bit of baker's twine on that one and a little ribbon of baker's twine at the top. I don't measure, I just go with the flow, very organic, just literally go for it. You can do it. It's only a bit of paper. If it goes wrong, what have you lost? Not a lot, just a bit of paper. Anyway, so that's my bit stuck down. Now I want to introduce some blue. So because of the blue of the background. So on the sample here they had a bit of gingham, as you can see. I'm not going to put gingham down there. I'm going to put some sparkly blue washi tape because it's got some sparkle in the background paper, and there's gold highlights on some of these other ones as well. So I'm going to introduce a bit more bling, and certainly put those down like this. Just put a little bit of this bright blue or dark blue, whatever, medium blue I suppose it is, washi tape. Put it down there, tuck that over at the end, tuck that over at the end, move the photograph out the way, and the same the other side. Just smooth it down. I don't find that this washi tape is the best adhesion, I have to say. It's a little bit rubbish, but I shall persevere, and by the time everything else is stuck down on top of it, you won't even notice. Right, then the next thing I want to do is start introducing the photograph. I've picked out a pale pink doily out of one of many hundreds that I bought several years ago, and still using them. So just a tiny little dab of the we'll stick that down for now, and then what I'm quite keen on doing is raising my photograph off the paper by using some foam tape. And I just use a slab on the back and another little piece on the back like that, and another going to take the back off, and then you've got your, I've got a bin just out of shot there, so that will go there. Now I'm going to put this here, just over, so you can see a bit of the doily still sticking out, and the photograph is now positioned. On the example, it's got some little pieces of paper tucking out from the side of the photograph, and I've got a coordinating piece of paper here, which is the reverse side of this leopard print, or animal print, just a pretty floral piece there. So it's not quite the same as the picture, but that's what I'm going for. Just going to stick a bit to the side there like that. And that'll do me in there. Tuck that in. That's it, like that. When I was having a little rummage around earlier, I found the perfect little title for here as well, so I shall stick that on in this area here as it is in the sample as well. This is, as I say, just a scrap lift. It's nothing very exciting, but I'm just going with the flow. Just coming back to my tags there, just so that you can see, I'll just take this bit off again. I've got one of these punches from Stampin' Up, which will actually punch out a tab end for you, so that's a really nice, quick and easy way of making tags. I didn't really need a tag, but I just thought I'd better show you that, because I meant to do it when I put the actual tags down in place. So anyway, I'll stick that back down there now like that, pop that down, and now here's a bit of fussy cutting I did earlier. This is from the same collection, from the Lavender Frost collection, and I just fussy cut one of the rose clusters out, and I am going to tuck it under here because it just seems to sort of go, and she's got flowers in the picture, so I've picked up the flowers in the fussy cut area as well, so I should just stick that down. I fussy cut it and then I just ink the edge with that same ink pad as well, just so that you know what I've been up to. And then it comes to the bit that I enjoy more than anything, which is the embellishing. I'm just going to remove those bits that my punched out the way, because they were on my layout, so I don't want those. Now the blue is represented here by this. I am going to, and the thread, I am going to put a few little spots of mist on here. I've got some Tattered Angels glimmer mist here, which is one called Snowy Pine, so it's a bluey grey. Then I've got the Heidi Swap Gold Shine, so I will add those at the end, so that'll add a little bit more blue and another layer, just so that you can see. But for now, what I want to do is pick up some flowers, some pre-cut flowers, some pre-made flowers, and I'll introduce one or two of the darker ones, because these flowers are a bit darker than what I've got on my page, of course, and I know that this is more browny than pinky, but I didn't have anything browny. I really don't like brown layouts, so I wasn't going to make a brown layout. So now I'm just going to introduce, you'll see some of these colours actually do go nicely with the background, and some of these pinks I shall use as well, just to pick out some of the colours from these photos too. I've also pulled out a little Vicky Boutin sticker sheet, which goes quite nicely, so I shall nestle some of those in amongst the background now. So let's start with my title, which I was going to put here, as I said, and it just says Life is Sweet. And the reason that I am putting that title, Life is Sweet, is because this picture of my mother-in-law was when she won a Miss Enver Cream Sherry back in the 1960s. And so sherry is sweet, and I will do a little bit of journaling down the bottom when I finish recording, because that's personal. But basically, yes, she was on holiday, and they had one of these sponsored competitions in back in the day in the 60s. It was a holiday holiday camp, and they went on holiday, and she won this Miss Enver Cream. As you know, it's a sherry. So yeah, so that was quite exciting for her at the time. I think they won a weekend in a caravan or something for her wonderful winning. And I've picked out some little stickers and things, but I won't add those just yet. Just at the moment, I am just going to use some flowers. These, as you can see, they do go with the background, but equally they're not that far off the actual colour. So you might think to begin with that these colours don't really represent these at the back, but they actually do. So I'm going to take some of these out that all go together. That's a fairly colour similar. So I can pick a couple of these out and I'll pop these in around. I normally have my pin flare, as I say, and I haven't got it. So at this moment in time, I'm going to use some other glue that I have, which is a fine tip glue pen from Stampin' Up. So I'll just use a little bit of that on the back, pop that on there, and pop that down there. And start to build up a little bit. Oh, I don't think this is the best glue for that actually. Let's see what else I've got here. I haven't used this glue, I don't think I've ever used that. I can't see my pin flare though, so I can't reach for it as I would normally. I think I'll just have to put up with this glue for the moment. In fact, I think I might just put the flowers here, and yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just place them in position for now, covering up a little bit of that. Yeah, I spoiled that a bit. So yeah, I will fiddle with that and sort that out. But in the meantime, I've got a couple of little bits that I'll tuck in. As I said, this colour here will go in underneath. So I'm going to tuck that in there. Put a couple of these little pictures, flowers even, over here. And you can see that flower just poking out there. So annoyed about this glue, but never mind. That's a lesson learned, isn't it? Yeah, for my first attempt, it's something I really must remember. Get all my materials ready, because without it, I'm a bit stumped. Yeah, it's not coming on quite as well as I would have liked. But anyway, as I say, I will fiddle with it afterwards. But for now, that's where we are. And then I'm going to put a couple of little stickers. Like today I did, as I say, then I'm going to do the journaling, which will explain what she did. And I've put another sticker. This is another Vicky Boutin sticker book, I think. Hey, oh, hey girl. A bit American, but hey. Oh, hey girl, today I did. And then put that on a bit wonky, so straighten that up a bit. And that will do there. And then here I have another little tag. It's the wrong colours though. Don't think I'm going to use them after all. Nice little brightly coloured heart here, which is very similar to the flowers. So I'll just pick that out there by putting that at the top, and a little star because she did win. So she is a star. A little selection of 3 there, 3 things together. This area here I am going to have to sort out because that is just not right, because I haven't got the right glue. However, I have got another little sticker here that will just, I'm going to cut in half. Just going to cut in half and tuck it in under here, which will again bring out that little bit. So I'll have a pop of colour there. That colour will be there, there and there. And it's that sort of rusty pinky colour. Then I shall stick the flowers down, and I think that's more or less done, apart from my journaling, which I shall do. And very finally, this little bit of glimmer gold from Heidi Swap. Got a bit of scrap paper there. I'll just put it on the photo so I don't spoil the photo. I just decided at the 11th hour I was going to make my mother-in-law an album for Christmas. but I only decided a couple of days ago, so I'm going to have to get my finger out now. And this is the snowy pine, which we talked about, and it just will introduce a little bit of bluey dotty colour around the page, just to give it a little bit extra zhuzh. Anyway, so I will now take that off and roll over this so that it gets off the worst and I don't have to wait hours for it to dry. And I think that's more or less it. I'm sorry I spoiled the bit about the flowers, but I think you can get the gist of it. Once I've done the journaling, my layout is finished. So thank you for watching. Sorry I messed up a little bit, but it's a lesson learned, and in future I will get myself sorted. Oh, I've just noticed I need to put some enamel dots or something in the tags. So again, I shall do that off camera. But thanks for joining me. Bye.